Hi, folks. This time in our essential chemistry discussion, we're going to talk a little bit about properties of bases. Now, bases are things that tend to taste bitter. We don't eat as many bases as acids because they taste bitter. And one of the few basic things that you may have eaten in your life or tasted in your life is soap. If you ever had your mouth washed out with soap, or if you accidentally got soap in your mouth, that taste, yeah, that's a base. It's not a terribly nice taste. Another thing is baking soda. Baking soda is a base, and if you have ever, some people brush their teeth with baking soda. If you know that taste, that's what a base tastes like. It's bitter. Bases tend to feel slippery. They tend to feel kind of slimy. If you have ever cut yourself, you know what your own blood feels like when you get a slight injury or wound. That slippery sliminess, part of it is due to the fact that blood is a base. It's one of the reasons I have a small picture of a frog here. I had a student many years ago ask me, is that why frogs are slimy and fish are slimy? And I had to look it up, and the answer was yes. They have a kind of a protective gel that they have on the exterior of their body that's slightly basic, and that's one of the reasons that some of these creatures are slimy-ish. Bases tend to break down fats and oils, and because they break down fats and oils, a lot of soaps and detergents happen to be bases. Now, these soaps and detergents are all over the place. Everything from Windex to body wash to your shampoo, all of that stuff tends to be bases. These swell tissues. Acids, as you know, are dehydrators and shrink tissues and make things smaller. Well, if you have hair that's kind of super skinny and you wish it was a little more fluffy, you wanted thicker and fuller hair, shampoo and hair products that are designed to make your hair thicker and fluffier tend to be slightly basic, just a little bit, not as basic as like lye, for goodness sakes, but just a little bit. So a little knowledge of this chemistry, you can use this knowledge to do amazing things. Bases can be very, very, very strong, especially the strong ones can react with tissues. The outside of every one of your cell walls is made out of lipids. Lipids are fats and oils. Now, because of the fact that each one of your skin cells, or most of your cells, are made out of fats and oils, a base, when it hits it, it will actually rupture and break and tear apart these cell walls. It is a nasty, nasty burn if you get a base burn. One of the challenges is they are very hard to cleanse with water because it's actually making kind of a slimy, greasy, oily mess, and it's hard to mix oil and water, so they're very hard to flush and clean out. A lot of bad stories about people who have had lye burns. Why is there a picture from Fight Club? Well, those of you who've seen Fight Club remember the lye burn scene in Fight Club. These strong bases, because they're so good at dissolving fats and oils, are why we use them in drain cleaner. Lye is used as a drain cleaner because what's the goop that we need drain cleaner for? Well, in your kitchen drain, it can be grease from cooking grease. In your bathroom drain, it can be a lot of hair from washing your hair or bits of bristles from shaving. And this builds up down here. And how do you get that out? Well, you need something that's going to dissolve that fat and oily mess. Lye will do that. It'll not only dissolve it, it will also produce some heat that will help melt that away. So it's a good thing. So that is why we use that to clean drains. The most important two bases out there are sodium hydroxide and ammonia. So let's talk about sodium hydroxide a little bit. NaOH, also known as lye. This is common lye that you can buy. Drano, plain old Drano, that if you use that to clean your drain, is a slightly different chemical, also a very strong base, but it has other things in it. This Sodium hydroxide is one of the top 1, 2, or 3 most important industrial chemicals in the US every year because it is so incredibly strong. It is very good at ripping electrons and atoms off of other chemicals, and it is used in the manufacturing of plastics, paper, soap, and metal refining. If you ever made homemade soap is made out of lard and lye. That's how Granny's homemade lye soap was made. And this is still used in lye today, people who make the old-fashioned lye soap. Now, why do I have a picture of a body sitting in a barrel? Well, if you watch the murder mysteries, there once in a while is a story about somebody disposing of a body by dissolving it in lye or sodium hydroxide. It can happen. It will work. Don't do it. It's not considered a nice or legal thing to do. Important bases, another one is ammonia. Very important because of fertilizer. We have over 7 billion people on the planet we have to feed. That means we have to be very efficient in our food production. That means we have to fertilize our crops. And ammonia is a great source of fertilizer. Well, the fertilizer is commonly produced in 2 ways. Or used in 2 ways. I apologize, I misspoke there. One of the ways you're going to see it is a farmer might have a tank of anhydrous ammonia. Anhydrous means without water. And this anhydrous ammonia, the farmer can then dilute with water down to the correct concentration and then spray on the fields. Another way that a farmer might use this is have a solid form of ammonia nitrate. So this is 2 different compounds, ammonia and then a nitrate compound, and they spread it in a solid form and then let the rainwater or the irrigation dissolve it. Both of these incredibly important fertilizers that help feed the entire population of our planet. Some ammonia can be fixed via the nitrogen that is produced in the air. We're not going to go into that as much. Ammonia is used for cleaning in a very, very weak concentration. Why? Because of the fact that it is very good at dissolving fats and oils. So there is, if you have a really weak solution of that, Windex 409, most drain cleaners, or you can buy really cheap cleaner, buy a jug of ammonia, pour a capful in a gallon of water, and you got a good cleaner. These fertilizers also tend to be very, very explosive molecules. They have a lot of energy stored within them. A couple places where they have been used in bad situations: Oklahoma City bombing in 1995, ammonium nitrate was used as an explosive, and the Beirut explosion in August 2020, ammonium nitrate fertilizer was stored. It became unstable and it blew up. Many people lost their lives in both of these. So I want you to have a healthy respect for these chemicals. They can be dangerous if mishandled. Some common weak bases: milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia many people have in their bathroom cabinet. It can help with an upset tummy or as a laxative when needed. Ammonium hydroxide, less common in modern times. 20, 30 years ago, it was common in deodorant. Many of you are going to have baking soda around your house. It's a common ingredient in cookies and things like that. And antacids, Tums, Rolaids, that sort of thing, as another common source of weak acids. Now, if you have an acid and a base and you want to get rid of them chemically, you can neutralize them. An acid and a base, when they go through a neutralization reaction, produce a water and a salt. Here's an example. Hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide, both in aqueous, in a water solution, can react to produce water, H2O, plus sodium chloride or salt, water. So an acid plus a base makes salt water. It really takes these strong chemicals, totally neutralizes them, and makes them harmless. Here's 2 other common acid-base reactions. You may have done this in elementary school. If you haven't done it lately, it's still a lot of fun. Vinegar and baking soda react, bubbles all over the place, produces carbon dioxide gas as one of the products. Common acid-base reaction. Your tummy produces hydrochloric acid. If you have too much excess stomach acid, an antacid can neutralize that. Also tends to produce some gas, and that can produce a few burps. Some acids are weak, some are strong. Now, a strong acid, we've talked about some of these, lye, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid. These create lots of ions. They're very strongly attracted to water molecules, and they rip other water molecules apart rapidly and with a lot of electrical attraction. Weak acids create very few ions. They are weakly attracted to other molecules, and they slightly react to other molecules. This is vinegar, soap, milk and magnesia, baking soda, and things like orange juice that we drink. Now, all of these can be made weaker by diluting them. You just add water, 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 and you can make them more harmless by just adding lots and lots of water. Even if they're strong or weak, just make them more harmless by dilution. Before we leave acids and bases, I want to spend a couple minutes talking about acid and base safety. Externally, if you would get one of these strong acids and bases on your body, first thing you want to do is flush. Lots and lots and lots of water, and then call 911 or call poison control. You want to get them off your body as quickly as possible, and then get professional help, especially with these strong acids and bases. Internally, if you or someone you care about or are near accidentally ingests a strong acid or base, immediately call 911. Do not induce vomiting. And the reason is because sometimes the acid or base can do as much damage on the way out as it did on the way in. So get professional help immediately. Don't try and handle this on your own. You don't want to injure yourself or someone else more than necessary. If it is an acid spill and it's not involving a human being, it's just involving the floor or a countertop or something like that. If it is something porous, you want to flush. Or if it's plants next to where you're trying to etch your driveway, rinse. Dilution is the key to making these things harmless. Rinse with lots and lots and lots and lots of water. Water and time are the tricks. Lots of water over a long period of time are going to neutralize them, are going to make them more harmless. Then if you don't think that water alone is going to have made them powerless or you have neutralized them enough, then you can, after you've flushed, then you can neutralize with a weak opposite. If you have spilled a base after the flushing, you can use a weak acid, probably around your home. Soda pop and milk are the weakest acids you have. Baking soda solution is, if you dilute that down, probably the weakest base you have. But make sure you flush first. If not, you could produce a lot of heat, a lot of gas, and you always want to make sure you've gotten things really diluted down before you do any of that. All right, folks, that will do it for our discussion of acids and bases and our essential chemistry.